many people despise him. I do. I understand why a lot of people find me to be horrible. Many of it is because they're misguided from clips. Some of it is genuine ideological disagreements. Some of it is the way I carry myself and how I pop off on a random chatter every now and then that people don't like. Okay? Certainly. But I think he will never understand why people find him to be repulsive. He's never going to get it. He's just going to consistently, as his crew leaves one by one, he's going to replace them with active sycophants. And it's going to ruin the content that he was able to make initially. And he's going to be surrounded by the likes of Keemstar and all these right-wing fucking losers wondering how things changed. And because he's already been there before when he was doing edgy shit, I think, and then he saw what it was like when he wasn't doing that, when he was on a journey of becoming a more progressive person, he already knows what both sides look like. And I think the more he ventures into these treacherous waters, if he tries to continue doing political commentary and like right-wing political commentary, the more he's going to lose his sense of self-worth. That's the way I see it. So that's part of the reason why I often don't fight back against a lot of these people that are fueling these hate raids and brigades, is because I know I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And eventually all of that is going to be background noise. And those people, they have a shelf life. They have a shelf life because they don't have the same fucking stubborn nature that I do. They don't have the same interests as I do. They inevitably become their own worst enemies. They inevitably cook themselves. You might think you're riding high on the slop for a little bit. You might think you're getting showered with praise. An army of anonymous Redditors telling you you're brilliant. But at the end of the night, when you go home and you sit down and you look yourself in the mirror, you're not going to recognize who you've become. That's it. It's turning into a lolcow of a different variety. That's what I think.
That's so mean.
Was it?
No.
I mean, I think I guess the truth.
Accurate.
I think the truth is what's mean. Sometimes it needs to be said. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end it here on that note. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on the broadcast. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah, what was the final amount?
The final amount. I mean, I'll keep it going.
Cool.
I'll react to the rest of the video tomorrow as well.
Sick.
Not the whole video. I don't think I'll be able to finish the whole thing because there's still 42 minutes remaining on it. But shouts out to Stand Up to Cancer. Shouts out to Tilt to Fire for putting it together.
Yeah. Thank you, chat. Y'all are awesome.
All right. Fucking half day again, everybody. Okay.
Stunning lo-fi introduction.
Bye.
Off the day. All the chatters trickling in has helped people hate. Sunny Los Angeles, California, says Hassan. The starlock to the starlock to the topic just begun. There he is again, Hassan is streaming. Hassan is streaming. There he is again. streaming. Her sun is streaming. Reviewing the P.O. box, Uncle Uger's face. Sat in Discord at chip prop. Great names take embrace. Tiny Bernie Sanders, LGBTQ Air Force. The whole left at your fingertips, on at your door. H3 crowded debate, the Young Turks online show. 3 full fucking years of this, plenty more to go. 90-day fiance, talks of champagne bourgeoisie. A Trump rally live reaction, a mass riot at DC. There he is again, her sun is streaming. Her sun is streaming. There he is again, her sun is streaming. Sun is streaming.
And that has ever been like, yeah, I don't know about Ethan. Like, I feel like he's he's definitely pro-Israel from his output. And he like lost his fucking mind. He just genuinely hammered it on over and over again and tried to deplatform me and tried to deplatform every single person. He successfully deplatformed a couple people. You know, it was really ruthless. And I don't, like, I think back, I'm like, has he had, I was outside of myself, has he had someone on his show as a guest that is pro-Palestine? Like, the only guy is the Sneeko guy that he brought forward as a pro-Palestinian advocate to fucking show how anti-Semitic pro-Palestinian advocates are. And I guess Lonerbox, who was not even pro-Palestine, he went to Israel to do a Hasbro, a pro-Israel trip alongside Sex Pestany. So he said he was supposed to be, Ethan said he was supposed to be the pro-Palestinian voice. He's just crazy. And he had Sam Cedar on as well. And he fucking now says he owned Sam Cedar and he destroyed him. And he looked like a fool then too. He looked like a fool with me as well. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he says Sam is pro-Hamas.
He's the legend.
Man, oh God, that was so cringe. Oh my God. It's got to be real weird to leave the hug box and like see the rest of the internet and how they're reflecting on this. Like, I had normie friends calling me up to be like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Like, why is he behaving like this? And on the other hand, you look at his community and they're so laser focused on like whatever they can massage to look good after a 5-hour and 30-minute session where he just looked like a fucking fool.
What does it mean, a hug box?
Like an echo chamber, like a hug box where you're just constantly relying on people who agree with you to make you feel, to shower you with praise. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was I mean, one of my critiques is I feel like it would be it's important as content creators to have a good filter for what's like entering your brain. It seems like you have like clearly a lot of fucking raw exposure, like your chat.
Yeah.
But I think with someone as sensitive as Ethan, not like, you know, from a not as a an offensive thing to say, but I think he doesn't do well with that direct feedback. And I think it is good to protect yourself from it to an extent. But I agree. I think there is a limit to it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I don't know where this goes from here. I assume he's still gonna do a bunch of dumb shit over and over again, and be a loyal servant of the the weirdest pro-Israel stalkers online. What did you think of the context, Nuke?
I don't like the attempt at political commentary combined with Ethan jokes, because it's very confusing when he's trying to make a point. Like the beginning when he says there's a big problem, communism. I don't really understand if that was meant to be serious or not.
I didn't understand that either. He was trying to, it felt like he was trying to make a joke, but it also kind of also corresponds to the rest of the commentary. So I guess it's not a joke. Like he legitimately thinks the real problem is me radicalizing the youth.
Yeah, but there was a lot of that vibe throughout the video, and it's hard to take it very seriously.
People ask me all the time how I deal with this, like you just asked as well, like you just talked about. And like there is a relentless sea of attacks that come from every direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Liberals, other leftists criticize me. Liberals criticize me. Obviously, the entirety of the right, far right, Nazis. And they all have their own version of this criticism. Sometimes it's the same. Most of it is just like delusional shit that they believe that they saw on a meme that they are trying to repeat. And the reason why I don't give a shit about any of that is because I have my moral convictions. And I know what I'm doing is getting people to reconsider a lot of the social conditioning that they've taken for granted their whole lives from their upbringing, right? I'm sure throughout this process, there was, 50,000 people watching throughout the entire day over the course of 11 hours. I'm sure there were some people that heard me say something and went, I've never thought about it like that. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. That's the reason why I don't mind all of the relentless attacks or anything like that, because I can sleep soundly at night knowing that I've had a decent impact on someone's life, caused someone to go on their journey of learning, journey of development. And as a consequence of that, I have this amazing community of people that can just fundraise on a dime like that. You thought we would, I told you we probably do 100,000 and you were like, let's do 75. Right?
Yeah.
And we blew past that instantly.
It's
like
amazing.
we raised $185,000. And I'm just so profoundly fortunate. And I feel like for every issue that I speak out on, if I didn't use the platform that I have, if I didn't actually fundraise like this, if I didn't use all the privileges that I have for what I think matters, for advocating for things that I think are important, then I think that would be pathetic, And to loop this back around to Ethan, I think he's a pathetic man. And I don't think he's ever going to actually understand why so